We are recording. Second
Episode
episode,
two, my boy.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
How we feeling?
How you think episode 1 went?
I liked it.
It was a vibe. It was cool.
I really liked it. I
It was
think
cool.
I think everybody was rocking with it. We got good feedback.
My boy, we got some good
Fix
feedback.
myself real quick.
Get comfortable, my boy. What's going on?
I gotta relax.
It's late night.
Hey,
We vibing. We got
what you
the
trying to
lights.
do?
We got the lights on. What's going on, my boy? We outside. This cool weather.
Let's go cuddle.
This
What?
guy.
This guy.
Pause, my
This
boy.
guy is weird.
And the red lights.
No, but you were very, very anxious
What you mean?
to do this podcast today.
Oh, episode 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
You had a lot. You said you had a lot to talk about.
I was lying.
Yes, guys. Weird.
I was lying, my boy. I just want to stay consistent, bro. That's it.
Yeah. They say most podcasts end or they stop filming by episode 7.
Episode 7? We got.
Mhm.
Let's make a bet.
I mean, aren't I on the same team as you? So why would I want to make the bet?
Nah, let's make a bet with the fans.
All right.
Let's make a bet with the fans. If we don't get to episode 7, what we gonna do?
If we don't get to episode 7,
Nah, fuck it. We gonna do episode 10. If we don't get to episode 10.
if we don't get to episode 10, you got to run around the neighborhood butt naked. Then on Instagram live.
in my chonies.
Then, all right, on your Tony's Instagram live.
Because you're not trying to see that anaconda. Just
I am. What?
What?
You're weird, this guy. Nah, but, yo,
I mean,
you know what's really
garden
been,
snake.
like, you know what's, like, been crazy is, like, this Kanye thing, bro.
What you think about that?
Look, bro.
I mess with Kanye.
Look, this is what I'm going to say. And I'm not going to say anything else about it. I think Kanye is a musical genius.
Just a musical genius. That's it.
I think he's a musical genius. And
I
you're
think
just
he's more
not
than that.
and you're just not going to and he's just a genius in general. Now, do I say I agree with what he's doing? I don't agree with a lot of stuff he's doing.
What is it though? Like, explain it to me.
No, but look, this is so I'm not going to sound like I know what happened. I'm just going to go off of what I've seen on the Drink Champs episode. Shout out to Drink Champs. But off the Drink Champs episode,
That was a good one.
and you know, they were saying that he was talking like real I don't even know how to say it. Like
What's
he was
that
like
mean? Yeah, anti.
very like
Semitic.
Semitic, like really hate language. He said some stuff about Jewish people. He said George Floyd was not killed. He died off of fentanyl.
Wow.
He said, what else did he say? Oh, he said Black Lives Matter was a scam, which
It was.
I agree, it was a scam. The movement was not a scam. I agree with the movement. I don't agree with the organization Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
You feel me? But he was saying stuff like that. So I mean, all I'm gonna say is, bro, is what I just said before. It's just what I said right now. Like, I think Kanye is a musical genius. I think he's just a genius in general. Now, don't take my word as saying I agree with everything, because I don't. I don't agree with, a lot of stuff that a lot of people I look up to don't do. You know what I mean? But you're not about to have me disrespect somebody that I look up to. Because you know what I really, really respect about Kanye, and I think more people need this in their life?
What is it?
The fact that he is so confident and speaking his mind out to the world.
Yeah.
Like, I think people need to understand, like, this guy literally goes out and says whatever the hell he wants to say.
I mean, he got 11 billion. What you think?
But this is my thing. I hate when people try to, like, say, oh my God, like, this guy again, like, he's always speaking his mind, this and that. And it's like, bro, everybody that's watching this and everybody that's going to see this on Reels wishes that they had Kanye's confidence.
That's big.
Wishes, because people can't even go, in front of 30 people in their class
100%.
to speak how they feel. This guy goes and speaks to billions of people and tells everybody how he feels, and he can care less what people say.
That's big Gemini energy.
I mean, I don't really.
Shout out my Gemini gang.
Yeah, I don't really care for the zodiac things, but like
I don't either.
That's
but
in general. Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. Is people like Kanye, people like Russ, like I respect these people because they don't care what people think. Like they're just gonna tell you what they feel, and if you rock with it, you rock with it. And if you don't, then it's fuck you, and that's how I feel. Like again, do I agree with what all of what Kanye is doing? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? But I'm not. But I mean, what do I not agree with? That's none of anybody's business. I'm not gonna. We're not gonna have. We'll have that conversation privately, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into it. You know what I mean? But the point is, bro, is that man is a genius. Like I said, he's someone that I look up to, not just musically, but someone in the fashion world. Someone just again with his confidence and the way he just speaks his mind.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people that could do that, bro.
Bro, at the end of the day, like whatever he's saying, whatever he's doing, does not matter to us. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
And I'm tired of people acting like they really,
yeah,
really
who gives a fuck?
care.
Like, who gives a
Like they
fuck, bro?
really like this is what me and you were talking about. Remember when we had that conversation when
Yeah.
they banned abortions,
Yeah.
and what I said was this was my opinion on that. My opinion was a man should never tell a woman what to do with her body.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like what Tupac said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to shut the fuck up on this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we're not the ones making babies.
Yeah.
However, I am sick and tired of people getting on the internet acting like they really, really, really care.
They don't care.
Because this is what
I
I
mean,
told you.
most people.
Yeah, obviously, because there's
Yeah,
people that
yeah.
are fighting. Like,
Yeah,
there's,
yeah,
like,
100%.
like with the Black Lives Matter thing.
Yeah. The
There's
majority
not
of
a
people
lot of
don't.
yeah, because there's people that are fighting.
Yeah.
Breonna Taylor's family, George Floyd's family. There's people that are really fighting every single day.
Yeah.
But back to the abortion thing, I'm tired of people acting like they really care because you post about it for 2 weeks. Throw up a GoFundMe or throw up a what is it
Oh yeah, like the little shit you
yeah,
sign.
like sign it and then this will get changed. Like,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you post it for 2 days and then you're like, well, what are
Yeah.
y'all doing? Like,
Yeah, we still partying. And shit.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm tired of people acting like they really, really care. Yes, there is people out here that really care, and I support
100%.
those people.
Yeah.
I support the people. Like I said, my take on the abortions. You know my
Yeah.
take on the Black Lives Matter thing and all that. But like, I'm tired of everybody seeming like they really care because you really don't, bro. Because you're not losing sleep over it. Breonna
100%.
Taylor's family is. George Floyd's family is.
Exactly.
Like, and then you just want to just fake the funk. I hate when people do that. It just makes no sense to me.
It's just because people like they go with what's popular right now.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't really understand, or like they just want to be a part of the group. Like they just want to find their identity in that little vibe, and those are the people that like just don't have nothing going on. My boy. Like,
bro.
they just don't have nothing going on.
That shit gets
and,
annoying, bro.
But it's like you said, like, yeah, the people that are actually out there fighting for it, like, big ups to them.
Yeah,
like, shout
absolutely.
out to them.
We have our opinions on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? We know with the abortion thing. A man should never tell a woman what to do. Another known if they're in the government, any of that. A man should never tell a woman what to do with her body. And there is minorities, not just black people. There's brown people getting killed by police.
I mean, we still got kids in cages.
Yes,
at
bro.
the
There's
border
kids.
right now.
There's our people are in cages right now. So like we care about those things. But
and hold on, do you know who put them there?
Obama.
Let's,
But that's another subject for another day, right? But I mean, I don't see nobody. But that's another thing. I don't see nobody like. This is my thing, bro.
They wanna talk about like what's far away, bro. They don't want to talk about like what's hitting their soil.
If you really
right now.
care, if you really care about Black Lives Matter, there's brown kids in cages.
Come on,
Let's talk about it.
come on. That's
Like
crazy.
there's brown kids in cages that are not with their families, that have gotten stripped away from their mothers and put in cages. Yes, Black Lives Matter is a real thing, and it's a real subject, and it's a real thing. The organization is trash. I don't support the organization, but the movement I support. But
Yeah.
also we need those people to support what we are going through. And there's kids in cages and no one's talking about it, bro.
How genius is Kanye to wear the White Lives Matter shirt so the whole fucking world can be talking about what we're talking right now.
Bro, does he care? He don't care that Balenciaga dropped their deal.
My boy is worth
He
11
doesn't care.
billion.
He doesn't care. You know, I just read an article saying that he's about to make his own world, his own city.
The guy is the richest black man in history.
This guy's literally making his own world, like
did you hear what I said?
Yeah, he's the richest black man in America. In history.
In history.
Yeah, he's the richest black man. He's the richest minority in history, bro.
Like, that's big, my boy.
So it's like this guy doesn't care that Balenciaga dropped him. He doesn't care if Adidas drops him, bro. He's the reason why Adidas is what they are.
You know what he's trying to say?
I'm wearing Yeezy socks. I'm reading Yeezy slides right now. These are Adidas. Technically Adidas. Yeah. I would not have anything Adidas. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. I would not have anything Adidas if it wasn't for Kanye.
Yeah.
Like, let's just keep it a bean. Because if there's no Kanye, other than the Ultra Boost, and he's the reason why Ultra Boost was popular. Because when he wore that all white Ultra Boost, the resale price went up crazy. So if it wasn't for Kanye, none of this would be going crazy right now. So if it wasn't for that, Adidas would not be nothing. So let's just keep it a bean. This guy has changed everything. Again, I cannot stress this enough. I do not agree with everything that this guy has said, right? But I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to agree with everything that as someone that I look up to says to look up to them, because I look up to them for different reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think we just got to live in reality, bro.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, this is what I think he's trying to say. What he's trying to say is
White Lives Matter too.
No. What he's trying to say is, like, the way that society lives right now it's a racist society, right? Yeah. You're supposed to be racist.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm supposed to feel like being Mexican, being brown is the best race.
What? And that's what he's trying to say. Like, so the comments he's saying, like, Jews are supposed to feel the way that they feel, and capitalize off of this. Yeah. Whites are supposed to feel the way they feel and capitalize off of this. Blacks are supposed to feel the way they feel and capitalize off of that. But what he's trying to say is, let's bring everyone together.
Yeah, in the spirit of love. That's what he was trying to say about Trump.
Let's bring everyone together.
But people just kept thinking like, oh, like this guy, but you wouldn't think about the real message that he's just trying to push love. Again, I cannot stress this enough. I don't agree with everything that he says, but I understand the message that he's trying to push. Do I agree with the ways that he's trying to push that message? No. You know, there's some things that he could have did differently, but the message, I understand.
Yeah, 100%. Let's get off this dumbass topic now.
Yeah, off the topic, bro. I don't like talking about politics and stuff like that.
I got a joke for you.
What?
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So there's 4 black roosters.
Zay, we good? Red? All
right. There's 4 black roosters.
All right.
How many beaks are there?
Ooh.
Like beaks, like
4.
Okay. How many wings are there?
8.
How many feet are there?
8.
Okay. There's 1 white cat. How many teeth does the cat have?
How the fuck am I supposed to know?
So you mean to tell me you know more about black cocks than you do white pussy?
That's crazy. That's going on Instagram reel right there. I can't believe this guy.
Oh, pause ass again.
This guy, bro. I can't believe it.
Man. But what's going on, man? I'm excited for this weekend, bro. I'm excited. We got Cruising with Stally
Cruising
coming
with
up.
Stallion is coming.
It would have been yesterday if you're watching this today.
Well, yeah, because it's dropping Monday, right?
Yeah,
they're
dropping this Monday. So Cruising with Stally was yesterday.
You missed out if you didn't pull up.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for it.
It's another, we haven't done an event in a minute, bro.
It's been since what?
It's been since April.
It was April?
Yeah. I think April 4th was Pain and Sip.
Yeah, shout out Lex, man, because without her, that Pain and Sip wouldn't be nothing.
Absolutely.
Shout
and
out.
I'm glad they pulled up because, we got to know them more. And,
yeah, for sure. We created that relationship. And,
yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I was telling you, like, before I get off the topic, though, shout out to House of Remy Rose and CC because They played a major part in that as well, letting us use their their space.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad they pulled up because that created a relationship. And what I was telling you, what we talk about all the time is, and specifically for like this event that we're having, cruising with Stally.
Right.
I just want to keep it all like family oriented.
Absolutely.
Keep it all within our inner circle, and we building a movement right now with Cloudy Days, and you good, my boy?
Yeah, keep talking.
No, we building a movement with Cloudy Days, and I just want to keep everything like together, and everybody like everybody just supporting us how we would support them. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's why we keep the same people coming to showing up. Like that's why we have Cash Plays, pulling up. Because they just show major support.
Absolutely.
Shout out.
Even when it's not even their. This is what I love about Cash Plays, bro. They treat it as if it's their event.
100%, and that's what's gonna keep us coming back to you or wanting to continue to build that relationship with you. If you treat my event like it's your event,
because that's what we were talking about when we did the painting set with them.
Bro. It like. They came to me and was like, bro, like, what can we do? All right, let me take over this. Let me take over that.
Right.
All right, you want to do, like, we could do the drinks. And that just blew my mind because we're
constantly hitting us up every night trying to figure out what we're doing.
Lex is like, I'll take over the painting. Like, I'll do tote bags and this and this. And
this is game this is game for everybody, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
When being an entrepreneur, if you're gonna commit to something with another person, please do not commit to something with somebody unless you really are passionate about it.
100% in.
Whether you're a videographer, whether you're an artist giving a feature, whether you're a promoter, whether you're anything, because your attitude and your your passion and your care for anything that is going on goes a long way.
Nah, 100%, and that's just what made me want to keep keeping them in our circle, because this movement that we're building, like the people that are that treat it like it's their event, I want them to come back, right? So my first event, we had
make an experience.
Yeah, we because that's all we're doing is creating an experience, right?
Absolutely.
And they want to create that same experience. They have the same mindset,
right?
And that's why I have Lex doing the flyers and pulling up. That's why I have Screw coming, and they just continue to show love when there's like we don't even need the like not necessarily need it, but when we don't ask for it. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like shout out Joss and Malboro and Screw, like because they just like,
stop playing, bro. We need to do a reggaeton joint.
Oh yeah, Malboro
it needs to happen. Ja too. We need to make a reggaeton joint, a reggaeton EP, whatever. Like it needs to happen, bro.
Remember when we first heard Malboro?
Yeah,
bro. So at the hip hop festival. Yeah. So I had already knew Screw, like not knew him, I knew of him. Yeah, and we knew of each other. Mm-hmm. And
that was the first time I met them.
And I was DJing the hip hop festival. I had my own stage, and it was like open mic. And to all the DJs that DJ the hip hop festival, you are warriors, because that shit is just crazy. This specific one was like during COVID, so like they had it in the summer. It was like 200 degrees out there. We were on the rooftop, and I just like didn't want to, like I wanted to be there, but like not during the heat, not on the rooftop. Like it was just a crazy experience. But having to deal with all the local artists, like I support your guys' grind, and there's just like some of them are just trash, my boy. Like
yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, bro.
But so that's my mindset going into it, right? Like, all right, like I'm tired. Like I don't want to hear all this fucking trash ass like local music. But I support local music. Exactly. Right? I'm a local DJ. I support it.
I think I listen to more local and underground music than I do mainstream.
Yeah, I'm specifically talking about like the trash though.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I mean, if it's like even with like features, bro. Like, I had, because I see like there's some artists that charge for features and stuff. And me personally, like I respect it. You know what I mean? Get your money, because that's how some people are eating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But me personally, like money's not an issue. Like, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but
I was
money's not an
saying, my
issue.
boy.
No, like, I'm just being honest. Like, money's not an issue. I care more about the craft.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's like I'm not gonna put a price on my art.
100%. But what?
But that being said, if your shit's trash, I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah, 100%. I never played trash music.
You know what I mean? Like if it's like, yes, I'm not gonna charge for a feature, and whoever I work with, I'm not gonna work with you if you're charging.
100%.
So you know what I mean? So if it's you know what I mean? If you're just trash, I'm just not gonna work with. I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah.
Like my time is worth more than a check.
But I say that to say, like, that's my mindset going into the hip hop festival, right? And then so I'm like still setting up and like, just getting ready. Me, Goth. Shout out my boy DJ Goth.
Goth.
And then you're
shout
there.
Shout out AZ Way Too Active.
Yep. Shout out AZ Way Too Active. But so I'm like not even paying attention that I think you came up to me and was like, "Yo, so and so want to spit." I'm like, "Well, give him the mic." Gave him the mic. I think we just played a random beat or something.
Yeah.
And mind you, I'm still setting up, and then like Malboro just started going crazy.
Yeah.
Start going crazy in Spanish, and like I just stopped what I'm doing. Like, what the fuck? Like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And then after that, like we just, like I said, like we just started building that relationship, and bro been solid ever since. And
yeah.
like you were saying, we
need
like to
get
him.
I just like his versatility, bro.
Yeah.
The fact that he's able to, rap in Spanish, and then like what he did on Gucci, where he's like just like on his Bad Bunny vibes.
Hey, that Gucci
is crazy.
Shout out Josh too. I actually got an event coming up with them next month.
Yeah.
So I appreciate
Cash
you guys.
Players will be in the building on October 23rd, and if you're not there, you missed out.
Yeah, if you weren't there yesterday, we just speaking it into existence. You missed out.
You missed out. It was a great event, and I'm not even there yet, but I just know it's a great event.
I have not necessarily a speech planned out.
Yeah.
But I know I'm going to speak
before. Well, because it's a special event, bro. It's in the hood. It's in the neighborhood.
Like I don't like people don't understand that like this neighborhood like really molded me.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's where we came from.
And man, I've been through some crazy times in this neighborhood, and specifically like where we're doing this place at, where we're doing this event at, like I've literally like been on that sidewalk handcuffed.
Yeah.
I've literally been across the street at 7-Eleven doing beer runs. I've literally was 14 years old buying beer at the 7-Eleven. 14, my boy. Like, I literally was like handling guns in the same street. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And like it just means so much to me, and that's why I just want to keep it so family oriented. Like like my mom's gonna be there, like, with the food. Yeah. You feel me? Like you're gonna be there, like filming everything. Making a video. Not necessarily just filming everything, but we put it together.
Absolutely. It's under Cloudy Days.
And like I got like Cash Plays, I got Lex, like that just like been supporting.
Say your prayers.
But most of all, big shout out to my barber.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to
Oz.
Shout out to Oz. Shout out to Rigos.
He owns Rigos on 59th Ave in McDowell. He owns the Rigos on 91st in McDowell.
Absolutely.
He owns the Rigos Locksmith on 35th.
I've got cut by Oz a couple of times, and bro has just always been solid. I don't know him as good as you do, but from what I've gotten to it, bro is the solid dude, and he cares about the community.
I've been getting my hair cut from this guy for like 13 years. Mm-hmm. Like 13 years. Like this guy is like a part of my family now, right? Like this guy cuts my son's hair. This guy cuts my sister's hair. Like both of my sisters. This guy cut your hair. Like you feel. This guy cuts my pop's hair. And it's just like this guy is just super solid. He really from the community. Mm-hmm. He's really for the community. there has never been a time where
especially when people like I even peep how he does when like the homeless people
that's
and
what
the
I was just
crackheads
about to
pull
get
up
into.
and he's not like one of those barbers where he's like, yo, get the fuck out.
Yeah, get the fuck off my like,
Nah,
get out
bro.
from the
He's like,
front,
what you need? Like, you need something like this and
bro.
that. Like,
My
bro is a
boy,
solid, bro. He's
without
solid.
him even knowing, has inspired me to be like. So my whole life, I'm like, I gotta get out of this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna die in this neighborhood if I do not get out of here.
Right.
And I like, yeah, people say that, but like, I don't think like, obviously people won't understand until I really, really tell my story.
Mm-hmm.
But my like, it's so crazy because I always knew like I'm not gonna make it to 30, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make it to 30. I'm gonna die in this neighborhood. Like, this is just my mindset. And when I end up moving out, and got my first apartment, because I moved out of my mom's house young, right? Not necessarily like I went back and forth, so I still had a room at my mom's house.
Yeah.
I was still paying bills there, but I had a house with the homies, like 5 houses down from my mom's house.
Right.
And so I would go over there, do what I'm doing, being a young gun. And then when I didn't want to be over there, or when I really got into some trouble, or when I really like didn't want, my family to be around that, I'll go back to the crib.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go back to my mom's house. And so I've been out like on my own for a while.
Yeah.
But when I really, really got out is, when my kid's mom just came and was like, yo, we got to get out of here. You coming with me?
Yeah.
And yeah, I ended up going with her. At the same time, like, my life was kind of like falling apart. My grandmother passed away. Like,
Yeah.
I just seen
That's crazy. She died. She passed on my birthday.
Passed on your birthday, bro. So your birthday is a tough day for me. It's been, what's it been? It's been 11 years since she passed away.
Yeah.
And it's a super tough day for me.
Damn. So I was 11. I was 11. No.
10.
I was 10 when she passed.
10 years old.
That goes to show how long that me and you've known. You probably known me since I was 8.
Yeah, since you were 8.
Since I was 8, and you were what? You were still in high school?
Yeah, I was still in high school, like 16, something like that.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, 17.
So that's what? That's going on 13 years? 12 years? 13 years?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, so that's a tough day for me. But that's what I say. Like, my life was falling apart at that time. Like, my grandma passed away. I had just got into a shootout in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Got caught like with the wrong shit. Like, got caught with drugs. Was sitting in front of the house handcuffed. My mom calling me from the cops' phone. Like, just crazy stuff. Like,
You don't do shit.
man, the feds like telling me like, yo, where's so and so, and giving me a picture. And
Yeah.
like, it was just a wild time. And that's when, yeah, my kid's mom, she saved my life, was like, yo, you coming with me or not?
Yeah.
And at that same time, I had to make a decision. My grandma was on her deathbed, was like, mijo, why aren't you in school? Mind you, I'm like, because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like,
Yeah.
because I'm making money, I don't need to be in school.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in Jags every weekend.
Yeah.
16 years old, 17 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, when she told me like, let's get out of here, I got out of there.
That was probably the best decision you made.
Oh, the best decision I ever made. But that what I say that to say, like, my barber's been a big inspiration because I see him how he handles the community.
Yeah.
And Maryvale is just filled with like fentanyl users, bro.
Now it is. It wasn't like that back. It wasn't like that when we were there.
Nah, it
like
wasn't.
This is what people got to understand. When I was young, I'm still young, 21. But when I was 8, when I was with my pops, when we were in Maryville, I was around the OGs and stuff like that. When we'd go to Desert West and stuff like that, bro, it wasn't like that, bro. It was. Yes, you had. It was. There's still no gangbanging in Maryville. There's just but
it wasn't as bad.
Yeah,
like,
there was street shit, but like how every neighborhood is. But
yeah.
It was. There was a code. There was morals to people. Like
100%.
like back in my day, bro. This is what I don't get. I don't understand how rappers are so, or not even rappers. I don't care what rappers do, but
Just
like
people.
But people or kids really like gravitate to that rappers are on drugs, bro. Back in when I was little and when I was gravitating to people get jumped for being on drugs.
100%.
People like you were frowned upon for being on crack. You were frowned upon for being a fiend, for shooting up, stuff like that. Like nowadays it's cool, and you see fentanyl users on every corner. You see them on by that churches on Camelback and on what is that 59th? Camelback and 59th by that church is like that's where I grew up, bro. I grew up on right there, and I also grew up on Virginia and 55th. And there's shooters up there too. There's fentanyl up there too, and it's terrible. Man,
I got family members that are on that. Yeah, you feel me? Like family members that have died from that.
Like people jumped. People used to get jumped for that shit. Now it's like the new trend.
Yeah, and that's why I say like my whole life, like growing, like not my whole life, but growing up, like I needed to get out, bro, because like I needed to get out. I needed to get away from that lifestyle. I had like, enemies like most people do in their neighborhoods, and at the time, like I had a kid, so like I just couldn't be on that type of time no more.
Yeah.
So I had to get out, but and my mindset was like, once I'm out of here, like I gotta get as far as possible from here. Yeah. And at the time, my as far as possible was 91st and Lower Buckeye.
Yeah. So 91st and Lower Buckeye wasn't what it is now.
Nah, and back then that was far.
That shit was like Chandler.
That was far from 58.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And
now it's just a couple minutes, but back then it was nothing out there.
Nothing. And so when I got out, I'm like, I can never go back. I can never get a crib back.
Why?
Right?
Like at that point, why?
Yeah, but I still go to the same barbershop.
Yeah.
I'm still in the neighborhood. My kid's grandmother still, was living there at the time.
The house is still in our family.
I still gotta drive through the hood. I still gotta see my homies that are doing what they're doing. I still gotta see the users. I still gotta see I still gotta see all of this. And then as I'm getting cut, I see the way my barber is handling like the homeless, and like you said, like my boy is never like, get the fuck out of here. My boy is like, hey, what you need? Homeless guy, hey, I need $2.
Yeah.
All right, well, come throw the trash, my boy.
Yeah, come sweep the hair. Come sweep the hair off the floor.
And here you go. I'm gonna break you off right now.
That's what people are supposed to do, bro. But let me be devil's advocate.
Hold on, but I say that to say that's why this cruising with Stally means so much to me right now. That's why I want to keep it in the family, because I need this family right here that grew up in this neighborhood to love this neighborhood, right? Because I love the neighborhood. I got it tatted on me. You feel me? And my goal in life, it's probably a selfish goal, but I need to have a statue in my neighborhood, bro.
No, that's not.
I need to buy the block back. I need to buy every house I ever stepped into in Maryville. I need to buy it.
Yeah.
I need to own it. I need to own those houses.
Let me be devil's advocate.
Let me see it.
And I think you know where I'm going with this. Young Dolph got killed in his hometown.
Okay.
Nipsey Hussle was killed on his own block.
Yeah.
That he paid for, mind you.
Yeah.
He paid cash. He owned that block, basically. Okay. And he owned the restaurant, the Fat Burger across the street.
Yeah.
X got killed in his own county.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you feel any type of way about when we blow up? It's not if, but when. When we blow up, when we're able to do stuff for our community. We are doing stuff for our community, but when we're, do it on a major scale.
Yeah.
Do you feel that pressure to stay away? Do you feel that pressure to, you know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, because this is what I'm going to do. Like, and we already have the whole movement set up, planned out, and we got the nonprofit, like with the sports sector for the kids, like, the same way Snoop doing it on, from in California. I want to buy schools in the neighborhood, right? I want to buy the houses, like I just said, like I want to buy the houses that I stepped into. I want to make the block better, right? But this is going to be a business. Like I don't want to have like shops in my neighborhood. Yeah. Like Nipsey did. You feel me? I don't want to, like, people are going to run that for me.
We thought about doing that too.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And then when we seen what happened.
Yeah. And it may still happen, right? Because we're still working, and we still got plans, and we still got ideas and aspirations and things like that. But right now, obviously, like we could still be in there, we could still run it because we still got love, and we always gonna have love. But there's always gonna be those judgmental people, those haters that are just envious of you, right? And that's gonna be with anything, but
that's anything you do, bro.
But the nonprofit,
sometimes it's your own family.
Oh, yeah, we'll get into that right now. But what I'm saying is, it's gonna be ran like a business, right? So yeah, I may be the face of it, or you may be the face of it, but there's gonna be CEOs. Yeah. There's gonna be a board. There's gonna be chairman. There's gonna be managers, supervisors, clients, employees. You feel me? It's gonna be a whole chain, and that's who really needs the props. Yeah. Right? Because we're just gonna get the face of it. We're just gonna pop in every now and again. We're just gonna be the popularity type people. Yeah, like we still putting all our money into this for the neighborhood, but we're not gonna run nothing. Yeah. Let's be honest. Absolutely. We're gonna pay somebody to run it for us. So
still, contribute and make your community a better place while not really putting yourself in harm's way.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's we can walk out. We're outside right now, but we can go across the street and get killed.
Yeah. And I'm not really focused on that or worried about that because, what I just said earlier, like I really did not think I was gonna make it past 30. I really didn't even think I was ever gonna see 30, right? And I still haven't hit 30 yet, but I've been like I'm getting closer to it, and I'm like. Bro, I'm scared to be 30. Yeah. People ask me, why you scared? I never seen it. Yeah. Just like when I had my son, I was scared to have a son. I wanted a girl. Yeah. I had my daughter. I've been a dad since I was 7 years old, right? Yeah. I raised my little sisters, 3 of them. So I know girls. I know how to take care of a girl. I know how to change girls' diapers. I know how to wipe. I know how to bathe them. I know how to do all that. But when I found out I'm having a boy, bro, my stomach turned upside down. You feel me? Like my stomach turned upside down. I cried that night. When his mom called me and told me like, this is what it is. I'm in the car like just crying, like no music playing, just crying because I'm so scared. Yeah. Because I was having a boy. Most guys
are scared when they're having a daughter.
Most guys are just like, like going crazy when they're having a boy.
Because they think it's so. I mean, and it could be right. It could be easier raising a boy than raising a daughter, but
if you had a dad,
that's what I'm saying.
Not to say I didn't have a dad. Like I have dad. Like I have a dad. I have someone that played that dad role with me growing up, and I love both of my dads for the rest of my life. Absolutely. But one of them,
it's what
wasn't
happened.
Around.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just call a spade a spade. One of them wasn't around. The other one was not what was treating. We were more like best friends. Yeah. Right? We were more like best friends. We were more like, let's go steal batteries together. He'll come in the room like, hey, you trying to make some money? I'm like, yeah, what we trying to do? Hey, let's go. We live in the hood. Let's go take some batteries. Okay, let's go take some catalytic converters.
Yeah, and so then when you
let's go steal some cans, bro. Like this is how poor I was. Steal cans.
And then when you had Zay,
I'm scared, bro, because I never had nobody teach me like this how you shave. I never had nobody teach me like this how you wash your balls.
How do you shoot a hoop? How do you throw a ball? How do you those little things, bro?
Scared, bro. I was so scared. But I say that to say like I get through it, right? I figure it out. And that's what we're going to do, like, in the neighborhood. Like, I grew up scared. So now that I went through everything in the neighborhood, I'm okay to be in the neighborhood. I'm okay to, still make my mark in the neighborhood. And if it's my time, it's my time.
Yeah, God got a plan for everybody.
God got a plan. And luckily now, we getting real spiritual now. Yeah. And, going to church and reading the word. And
actually doing education on it.
Right. Like and really, like, putting our life behind it. And it's really transforming us.
It's doing us, you know what I mean, just wonders, bro. It's doing me wonders, like Man, I was in a dark place, bro. I mean, we talked about it. We talked about it in episode 1 with my past relationship and stuff like that. But even that, and then just the stuff that I had with my the stuff that I'm currently going through with my biological father and stuff like that. And I mean, me and Stally are basically in the same boat. Like I have two fathers as well, and I love both of them. And
Yeah, you
I
gotta
love my
love them.
biological father, and I love my my stepfather, who I call dad. I don't call him his name. I call him dad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I love him for everything he's done for me and stuff like that. But it's we don't gotta talk about it, but you know what it is. You know what I mean? So it was
Yeah.
that, and just it was bad during that time. And then when once you go to church and stuff like that, and you start really putting your mind to it, and really doing the education, like, yo, why is this like this, like.
Yeah.
And then the one that finally hit me was when we were going to service, and he was like, there's always that question where, well, if God's such a real thing, why is he letting all these bad things happen? And then you just gotta, and that taught me a really good lesson. It's not necessary. People got choices.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
People make choices.
100%.
You know what I mean? So like, there's a lot of people that have that type of, you know, that type of.
That's all it is too. It's just a choice.
Yeah.
It's not a good choice or a bad
But
choice.
the point is, people. There's a lot of people that say that. If he's real, why was there shooting in Sandy Hook? Why was there
Right.
shooting in Uvalde? Why
Right.
why were people in Orlando killed? You know what I mean? Stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And
Why is there homeless?
but it's
people?
like, you gotta understand, bro. At the end of the day, God, without, what did he say? He said something on the long lines of, you have to choose to love him.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to choose to go to that path. And at the end of the day, bro, people got choices. He can't physically stop you from doing that.
Yeah. It's crazy. I'm gonna break it down like this, and I just wrote this the other day, maybe 2 days ago. It's crazy that you're bringing it up right now, because, I go through my battles every day, right? And sometimes them,
Every
bro,
day,
sometimes
every
them demons take over me, right? And some, and I got a little quote that I say, the demons could win the day or win the battle, but I'm gonna win the war, right? So this one specific day, I'm just battling with myself, my inner self, my inner demons, and for those of you that don't know, I run the Say Your Prayers page.
Huh? 1%. All right, hold up. We're gonna take a little intermission. We're already at 45 minutes.
Damn, already? We only talked about 2 topics.
Once the camera dies.
No, but so what I was saying is, for those of you that don't know, I run the Say Your Prayers page. If you're not following already, go follow Say Your Prayers.
Say Your Prayers, bro.
But what I've been practicing these last couple of weeks is, well, actually for like a good maybe 6 months now, is I send my daughter a prayer every night, and my son is pretty much always with me, so I'll say a prayer with him every night. And now for the last couple of weeks, something just told me, like, you need to send that prayer to their mom as well.
Yeah.
So I write a special, like, I write her a prayer, and I'll send it to her. If we on good terms, if we on bad terms, if we're not speaking, if we are speaking, it doesn't matter what it is, but I'm gonna send her a prayer. Right, just to let her know, like, I care about you.
Yeah.
I send my daughter a prayer every night. I say a prayer with my son every night. Guess what I wasn't doing? Saying a prayer for myself.
For yourself.
So these last few weeks, I've been practicing that, right? So I send her a prayer. I send my daughter a prayer. I'll say a prayer over my son. And then I'll sit back and I'll analyze my day, and then I'll write a prayer.
Yeah.
I say that to say, a couple days ago, I'm sitting there asking God, like, why? Why you let these demons take over me?
Yeah.
Why you let, these battles take over? Why do you put me in a dark space?
Yeah.
Why why do you show me what you show me, right? Why do you make me feel so little?
Right.
And then it clicked. Guess what I do when I'm feeling like that? When I'm in this very dark, small space, I go to God.
Yeah.
So he put me in all this. He make all this commotion.
You can't
He
do
all
anything
this
without him, bro.
He do all this to say, "Hey, you need to be closer to me.
Yeah.
You need to be closer to me, homie."
But
Because
who else you going to?
so I'm a like, you're not doing it right now. Okay, watch this. Boom.
Yeah. I'm
You
gonna
got
show
this.
you that you need me.
Okay, you still not doing it?
Yeah.
Boom. Here you go.
And you gonna get through it, but I'm gonna show you that you need me.
You want me to do another one, or you gonna come?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna come. God, okay.
Mm-hmm. And
Now
he gonna welcome you with open arms.
okay, and that's why he put us through these dark times.
Yeah.
To say, hey, come on, I got you.
It's just been real easy to just go through shit now. You know what I mean? Like,
but I never understood it.
Even as little as like, even as little as something with your car or something like, just something annoying. Like you go to work and just something is pissing you off. You just think about that. Like I don't want to sound real religious, bro, but at the same time, like it's true, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's 100% true. Like
I'm the last guy to be religious, right?
Yeah.
Like,
bro, I was surprised. I'm gonna just keep it a bean. He's gotten baptized, and I have yet to make that move. Don't ask me why. I don't understand. I don't know why. I might just be slacking. But when he got baptized, that was the bro. You know how surprised I was with the conversations that me and you have had about
you know how
it.
surprised I was with myself, bro. So I'm gonna break it down for you. Growing up, obviously I'm Mexican, right? So I grew up, I guess Catholic, right? I still you still idolize. Yeah, you don't have a choice, but you still idolize like the Virgen of Guadalupe, like you still saying San Judas, like you go that route. So I'm always gonna have that sense of spirituality and have that comfortability with them, right?
Right.
And then when I'm running the streets, like the type of religion changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You now start to navigate towards, Malverde, right? The narco saint. You start, you go to Santa Muerte, right? Like you start to you start to like navigate with that, right? And you start to pray to those saints.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got out of that lifestyle, it was like, I go back to the Virgin Mary or San Judas, or I go back to that. And shout out to my kid's mom. Like I'm just gonna keep bringing her up because she saved my life, right?
We are back recording.
No, but yeah, like shout out to my kid's mom because she started going to church and started bringing me around, and then a Christian church, and now I start following that word, right? And at first, for the first like year, I'm going just to just cause we're going through a rough time in our relationship, and like my daughter got into it, and like it was just a family thing, and growing up with how I grew up, I didn't have family things, right? I didn't do family things, so I've always made it a point to do family things, right? Whether it's going to the stores, going school shopping and going grocery shopping and doing stuff like that, right? So yeah, it's a family thing. So now my daughter gets really into it. I keep going every Sunday, and I'm just listening to different perspectives, right? And some I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes they're boring, but most of the time I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But then I'm also sitting there like, it's crazy because when I'm in church, I'm always like looking around like, damn, look at all these followers of Christ, right? That's the key word, followers. Or they say they're followers, right? But then like growing up, we're taught, do not be a follower.
Yeah.
Right? So it tells you how society kind of want to stray you away from
I think that's with anything, bro. Social
Yeah.
media, like what we were talking about with Kanye, and
Yeah.
how the social media just wants you to like, oh, we're following, like canceling everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, like Kanye has a mindset, I have a mindset. I have my own opinion.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody else thinks.
Yeah.
You feel me? So.
No, but so I keep going. I keep listening to different perspectives, and a year goes by, a year and a half goes by. Mind you, like I'm not into religion. I hate religion, right? Because you could religiously do everything,
At
anything,
the time
right?
before you got baptized and stuff.
Nah, even like I'm more like I'm baptized now, and I was baptized in a Christian church, but I just take it as if I was reborn, right? Not necessarily saying that I'm religious now, right?
Oh yeah.
But now I just I'm just following God more, and I still go to church. I still listen to the perspectives. I still do all of this. I still do everything a Christian does, right? But I just like to look at it as I'm more spiritual, and I'm still following the word of God. But I say that to say, as I started to implement the word in my life. Mm-hmm. I see some things changing, right? I see my mindset changing. I see like my relationship with my kids changing. I see my relationship with you changing. I see like my relationship with just people in general changing, and
the way you talk.
Yeah, the way I talk changing.
That is a big change for me. The way I talk, bro, it's crazy how that has changed. Like,
and it's crazy. So one day we had a conversation, and I'm like, bro, it's just like, I think I want to get baptized.
Yeah.
But something holding me back, and I just couldn't figure out what it was. Mm-hmm. So that was like maybe like 2 months before I actually got baptized. Then 3 weeks down the line or something like that, maybe a few weeks later, I tell my daughter, like, I think I want to get baptized, but like I don't know, something's holding me back. Then I'm in church one Sunday, and as I'm listening to to what they're saying, it just clicks in my head like, I'm gonna get baptized today. Mm-hmm. So then I walk outside, and I'm like, nah, there's gonna be too many people today.
Yeah, there's always an excuse,
right? So check that. So I didn't know what I was doing to myself, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, nah, there's gonna be too many people today. So I just go start playing football with my son. The next week number 2 comes. It clicks in my head again. Now, on this specific day, they're really pushing like everyone getting baptized, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I walk outside. Nah, not today. Not today.
Yeah, there's always an excuse for everybody. It's not just for you. It's for everybody. Everybody. You're like, oh, I want to get baptized.
Why? Because I was scared. What was I scared of?
But I don't know. Today's not the day.
Yeah.
I got hair done. I got my makeup done. I'm wearing this outfit. There's always excuses.
Something, right?
And I'm not saying it because it's not coming from a person that has got baptized and just critiquing everybody. I myself am doing that.
You still messing with the excuses right now?
I myself, and so I'm telling y'all.
So look,
that there's excuses.
So this is how it happened, right? So I'm having these thoughts for like 2 months straight. Yeah. Right? Like, I'm gonna do it, then I make an excuse. Nah, not today. Mm-hmm. So one Saturday, for my nephew's going away party. Mm-hmm. Shout out my other nephew, went into the Navy. Big, big seaman. Things. I love you, Neffs. He's a big seaman, my boy. Pause. But shout out to my nephew. I love you, dog. But yeah, so we there, and my daughter comes up to me and she's like, Dad, I want to get baptized. And I'm like, okay. She's like, but my mom said I gotta wait till everybody comes to church. And I'm like, okay, daughter, well, if that's what your mom wants, then that's what we need. We need to respect that. And so for those of you that don't know my daughter, she's very mature for her age. And
she's very hard-headed when she has a decision that she.
Oh yeah, she just
like once she sets her mind to something, you're not taking her out of that.
Just like her mom and I, right?
You're not taking her out of what she wants to do.
And so she's like, I
love that about her.
I'm like, okay, daughter. Well, if that's what your mom wants, we gotta respect that, and when we get everybody on the same page, we'll do it. And she's like, so I gotta wait till everybody, on everybody else's schedule for me to do something, for my life.
Yeah.
And it hit me, and I'm like, so
it's not for everybody else, it's for you.
Exactly, right? So she said that, but that didn't trigger anything in my mind, because I'm like, daughter, you're still my daughter. She's been doing this her whole life, right? Like, when it comes down to like, hey, you need to clean your room. Why? I'm just gonna make it dirty again. Hey, when you wake up in the morning, you need to make your bed.
Yeah,
why? I'm just gonna lay in it. And me.
Why are we learning about this? Why are we in school right now? Why are we doing this?
But me being a young dad, right? Like, and you know, trying to figure out how to actually be a dad.
Yeah.
Or you know, still growing up while she's growing up, she would make comments like that, and I'd be like, damn, you're right.
Yeah, that little girl is.
Don't even worry about making your bed. Fuck it.
She be saying some things. That
don't even worry about it. We're gonna sleep in it later tonight.
Your son too.
Oh yeah.
They both be making some, some comments that you're just like, damn.
I think it's because I don't speak to them like little kids. Like, I speak to them like they're a grown adult. But so she told me that, right? And I'm like, damn, you got a point. Why do you have to wait for everyone?
Yeah.
But me still trying to be a dad and
the safe, just playing it safe and all
playing it safe and respecting her mom's decision and,
right.
and still trying to be on the same page as her mom.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we'll talk to your mom about it and we'll come to an agreement. So that day passed. That was the Saturday. The next day, Sunday. Sunday comes, we go to church, and on this day, it hit me in the service. I'm gonna get baptized today, right? So I told myself I'm gonna get baptized. I walk out of service. I walk out, and as I'm walking, I'm making an excuse again.
Yeah.
Oh, so we go to church, and I have a couple family members that go there, right?
Yeah.
Like distant family members.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so those are the only those are the only two people that I'm kind of comfortable with asking, or talking to, that are that serve the church. So as I'm walking out, mind you, I made the decision I'm gonna get baptized right now. Right. As I'm walking out, I don't see them to be able to ask them, hey, how do I get baptized? So I made another excuse. I'm not gonna do it. I walk, I go get my son. We start playing football, and then their mom is like, hey, your daughter's about to get baptized. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, your daughter's about to get baptized. My sister's taking her.
Yeah, that was God talking to you.
Right? And so as soon as she said that, I made the decision. I'm going to do it too.
Yep.
So I walk over there. I sign the papers. I do what I need to do. Mind you, nobody is there, right? It's just you.
Just everybody that goes to church.
Yeah.
Normally.
Just the people that are there on a consistent basis. And I said, all right, I'm going to do it too. So then the good part about it was I walk up. Your tia was there. She baptized me. And then I was able to baptize my daughter. So now that, we're baptized. And now after that, everybody's like, damn, you didn't even call me. You didn't even invite us to come see it.
It's not about y'all.
And that's how I'm thinking. It's not about you. It's not about you guys coming. Yeah. But that's just my mindset growing up from a little kid, right? Like, just growing up how I grew up without certain people in my life, like, or without, like, people there to rescue me, right? When I didn't have no food. Or people there to rescue me when, my pops is out running the streets and I got to figure out how am I going to, like, make some food for my sisters, or my mom is working 2-3 jobs, like, or when I'm homeless, bro, like, nobody's there to rescue me. You feel me? Like, I had to go to my tia's houses, my tio's houses. I had to go stay with my nana, like, and that's how I'm thinking. That's just because my mind is so messed up where I'm like, I don't have nobody. So what do you care, like, what I do in my life right now, right? So that's the way I'm thinking. But then they come to me like, bro, like, you didn't even, my dad, for example, like, you didn't even invite us. Like, what happened? And I'm like, man, like, it was just like a split decision, spark of the moment. And I told him the story just like I told you guys right now. And he's like, okay, I understand. My mom, right? I love my mom to death.
I was surprised.
You didn't even know.
You were getting changed, and I was like, what is he getting changed for? Are we going out somewhere? He's like, my Theo was like, no, he's getting baptized. I was like, what the hell? Like, you're getting baptized? Like no one knew about it.
Bro, I've been so anti-religion my whole life.
Nah, don't say that.
No.
Atheist.
No. Not atheist.
But like, you were like,
that's
just
anti-God.
Questioning.
Jesus.
You were questioning.
No. I think of it like You could religiously do anything in life.
Mm-hmm.
You could religiously drink
wake
soda.
Up and be. I could wake up and be Buddhist, or I can wake up and eat cereal every day. That's
That's a
religiously
religion.
eating cereal.
That's a religion.
Yeah.
So I'm more
It's not good for
spiritual.
you, but
I have a connection with the upper being, with God, with
mm-hmm.
whatever it is that you call it, respectfully,
Mm-hmm.
right? With a certain energy,
with the Most High.
With the Most High, right? And that's just my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like, you know, going to church on a religious basis, getting baptized, and now
Because you were in the mindset that it was being a follower.
Being a follower, and it's a business.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Our pastor, he's even talked about it. Like, yeah, like there's no secret. There is churches out here that are corrupt. And again, there goes to the question: if Jesus is real, why is there even religious leaders being corrupt? And it's like, bro, people got choices. Like, I can't force somebody to be holy. I can't. I'm not holy. I can't force somebody to be perfect and be good, and I can't force somebody to not do what horrible things to innocent people. Like, you can't force nobody to do that.
It's not even about like.
So at the end of the day, people have choices, and like
it's not about being perfect.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is, like, when people say, if there's a God, why, at the end of the day, people have choices, bro. Like, I have a choice to either go to work or not go to work. I have a choice to either, make music or not make music. People have a choice.
Yeah.
And you can't blame anybody else but that person for making that choice. It's not 100%. It's not on, God. It's not on anybody else but that person.
You know what's crazy? So after I got baptized, right? Obviously, like it just felt like something, not necessarily a weight was taken off my shoulders, but like my heart didn't feel heavy as much, right? Sometimes it does feel heavy, but at that specific moment, like it was just joy, bro. Like I was there to be able to like baptize my daughter and see her smile.
Bro, that whole weekend altogether was just so emotional.
Yeah, 100%.
For some reason, like, you know how much time, like,
that's the weekend.
At the party, I got emotional. Because, with all that stuff with my grandpa when he was making that speech.
Yeah.
Like, I got emotional then, and then we got emotional again the next day. Like,
is that the weekend where I found out that one of my biggest fears?
I don't remember. What was your biggest fear again?
So we're having the conversation with you about.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I think it was.
I'm gonna say it. So we're having a conversation about like what you're going through in your life, right?
Bro, we got emotional.
And
I mean, we can talk about it too. I mean, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck, bro? Who cares? Like,
it's your life.
We're being vulnerable.
Yeah, it's your life.
You know what I mean? Who cares?
It's your life. Like, you only got your story to tell, and that's it. But during that time, we have you and I have conversations
every day,
like emotional conversations, right? And this specific conversation we were having got super deep, and
it was basically just, it was kind of what we were talking about on episode 1 with, the entrepreneurship and stuff like that with the relationships, but it had nothing to do with relationships. It was really just with our family.
Relationships with your family, yeah. And that's what we were talking about at the start of this episode, and I said we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
The relationships with your family, when they start seeing you doing what you want to do, could get a little tricky, right? Because the way that we're raised, the way that most of us are raised is, you got to get up, go to school, get a job, good paying job, buy a house, get a family, get married, go to the military or do whatever it is like that, right?
Get a job.
But if you are trying to start your own business or trying to, be an entrepreneur or it's frowned upon. Like, oh, how's your little business doing?
Yeah.
Like, nah, how's your little job doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm making, I'm happy and I'm okay to live off of this little piece of bread right now.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day, it works. But if it doesn't work, guess what I could do? Go get a little job like you.
Go get a little job.
But guess what you can't do?
Start your own little business. Because
you're scared.
Exactly.
Because you're scared of what other people are going to say about you.
Exactly.
Right? But we having this conversation, And I'm just trying to give you game, and just trying to be your elder, and trying to like just give you game about life that I've experienced. And then your tia says something that just made me like I had to walk away.
Mm.
She told you, she's talking to you. She said,
"No, I said that to her."
You said something to her.
I'm the one that said it. Where I said I don't want to be. Fuck it. I'm gonna just say it. I don't want to be compared to. I don't want to be compared to my biological father.
I didn't hear that part from you. So I'm sitting there and we having a conversation, and your tia said, so your biggest fear is you don't want to be compared to your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And my boy, like, if I could explain.
Yeah, and we all looked at you like, bro, are you good? Like, are you having a heart attack or something? Like, I'm already in tears. Like, I'm already emotional because we're having this conversation. When I get vulnerable with somebody, I'm probably not going to get emotional here, but when I get emotional, like, being vulnerable with my family, I get emotional. So I'm already in tears talking, right? Mind you, me and him.
Shit gave me chills.
Yeah, and, my tia says that. She says that comment, and we see him turning around, just walking. We see him walking around.
I had to step away because, like.
That was my boy. Shout out to Nick Lamarck. But yeah. As soon as she said that comment, you just like walked past.
Dog.
And then,
if I could explain like it's going through me right now, but if I can explain the emotion that just went through, like
it was like learning like the seventh wonder of the world. Like it was like what? Like,
dog, I never knew this was even a thought in my brain.
And
because
then you said that you were having signs of all of that happening after that week, so it was hitting even more,
bro. Like, yeah, it was. No, it was before that week, but like, if I could explain how it made me feel at that specific moment, like it would just be like a whirlwind.
Mixed emotions.
Man, it's crazy because I didn't know that one of my biggest fears in life is being compared.
But you wouldn't know that if we weren't having these conversations. When
I say my dad, I mean both of them.
Yeah, I love both of my fathers.
I never want to be compared to either.
I love both of my fathers, and to death, and they know for a fact I can't consider myself perfect. They can't consider themselves perfect.
No, yeah.
There's things that I wish that my stepdad did that didn't I wish he didn't do, and there's things that I wish my dad did and didn't do.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's perfect, but
at the end of the day, like I always tell you, is
the biggest thing that I want to say, bro, is coming from this is I want people to start having these conversations, bro.
100%.
I want people to start talking, like
100%.
Men, female and male. Like, if you don't have someone to talk to, especially if you know me, bro, hit me, DM me.
100%.
Let's talk. I will meet you somewhere. Let's talk. Like, talk to your family. Talk to how you feel. They wouldn't have known how we were feeling with the entrepreneurship and stuff like that if we didn't have that conversation with them. Because they would, my tia would say some comments that would hurt, but we wouldn't know. She wouldn't know that it was hurting us until we had that conversation.
Fuck me up.
You know what I mean? And like, this is what people have to understand when it becomes an entrepreneur. And this is something I should have said in episode 1. You're so vulnerable with your art.
Yeah.
You're so vulnerable with your art.
Yeah.
And I was talking to you about my music where I was like, man, I'm getting nothing but positive remarks and positive feedback. And I wish I need negative. I wish I had somebody to say something about my song.
Be careful what you wish for.
But then it's like, well, when you get somebody to say something negative about your song, I'm vulnerable with my shit. I'm vulnerable with my music. I'm vulnerable with my videos. Even if it's not I don't own the video anymore. I made it for somebody else.
Yeah.
But if somebody, it's not even, because you need to have a thick skin. So if it's a stranger, I don't give a fuck what you say.
Yeah.
But if it's my mom,
if it's that one,
if it's my family, if it's somebody, if it's you,
if it's that one person,
like, that shit hurts, bro. It hurts. The ones with the thickest skin, that shit hurts.
What I can say is, the one person that I keep bigging up,
yeah,
the one person that that saved my life, the one person that, you know, did this, did that, right,
Mm-hmm.
is also the one person that can kill me.
Yeah.
Can kill my spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Can kill like my thought process.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, and they're very, very, very good at that.
Yeah.
Right? But the reason for that is because the way I grew up, like I was saying earlier, I don't give a fuck about anybody else's opinion. I don't care if you're my mom, if you're my sisters, if you're my dad, my stepdad, my tios, my tias, my grandmas, and, you know, I don't, because I have so much anger, emotion, depression, sadness built up that I built this wall, right?
Yeah.
I built this wall up. But when that one person that the wall kind of came down, hit me with that uppercut.
Yeah.
Oh, dog.
And it kind of takes me back to that story, you know, with the flamingo shoes.
Oh yeah.
Remember? So when I really look up to Stallion,
cause I'm swaggy, baby.
You know, and I mean, I kind of like grew past his swag now. He's on my shit now.
I'm super swaggy,
but like,
boy.
I really looked up to Stallion. You know, with just, you know, I met him when I was 8. You know, and this is a time where I'm just trying to figure myself out as far as like, you know, my Theo, my other Theo, and my dad, you know, introduced me to hip hop and this and that. But it's like, damn, there's something there. Like, what is my lane? Like, what is my shit?
Yeah.
And honestly, bro, Stallion was the first person to introduce me to Drake. Mind you, this was when I was 8 years old, so this was before all that shit happened, right? All before, like, this is probably a year or so before Take Care came out, stuff like that. So, you know, he introduced me to Drake.
Oh, that was mixtape Jersey too.
He introduced me to. I first heard my first Rick Ross song with Drake with Stallion. I first heard my first
French Montana.
My first French Montana joint with
Mac Miller,
with you, Ace Hood, Mac Miller,
Wiz Khalifa,
like Ty Dolla $ign, like
Eric Bellinger.
Eric Bellinger, like he really formed me as far as my taste.
That's my way of communication is music.
Yeah, so he really formed me with my taste, right? And so, you know, my fashion kind of changed. You know, I was wearing, you know, the colorful shit. Like, if you were my homie, and we went to middle school together, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I was wearing, you know, his Janowskis. I was wearing pink shoes.
My boy would take my shoes.
Oh, bro, I was stealing his shit.
Clothes.
I still steal his cologne
all the time.
I still steal his shit. He's lucky I can't steal his shoes no more because I'm a 14 and he's a 13, so I can't steal his shoes no more. This nigga be stealing my shit now. But anyway, you know, my fashion changed. I started wearing pink shoes. I started wearing, you know, stuff like that, and you know, I copped a pair of Flamingo Vans.
Yeah, I told you to cop them.
And Flamingo.
I think I actually bought them for you.
Yeah, I think you did. It was I remember it was Black Friday.
At the Vans outlet.
Yeah, it was Black Friday.
Yeah.
And I also got a pair of Flamingo socks, and I remember I wore them to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And I didn't care what nobody said, bro. Nobody. And the one person, I forgot who it was, but my family member.
That uppercut.
Yeah, it hit, and I just started getting emotional.
I remember you started crying.
Crying like a little girl.
I remember that.
Like, so my point is, bro, you know, saying that story is, you know, don't do that. My point is with that story is the same way I'm vulnerable with my fashion and my taste is the same way I'm vulnerable with my art and my passion and my career as an entrepreneur. And so, like, I don't care what anybody says about you know, of what a stranger says or anything else about my music or anything else. But when that family member says it, it hits, bro.
100%.
It hits. But I mean, we had that conversation, and you know, we were moving forward. And, you know, it was a really difficult conversation to have, but, you know, it is what it is, and we got through that one.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy time because, like you said, I had to get up and walk away from that conversation and, like, catch my breath and fully, like, understand, like, what the hell was going on with myself.
Because you just blew up like that. Not blew up like yelling, but he blew up like emotional.
Yeah, I started crying. Like
somebody died.
Yeah, it was. And that's what it was.
Yeah.
Somebody did die.
Yeah.
my old sense of thinking because I never knew that shit was happening. I never knew I
Because you
had
got an
that.
answer to the test that you've been looking for.
Boom. I like how you put that right now.
Yeah.
I like how you put that right now because
It was like a light bulb, like ding,
dog.
and it got emotional when you found that out.
And now I can say that's one of my biggest fears, and also one of my biggest vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
Right, because I strive to be like the best father I could be, right?
Yeah.
Like the best, not that I can be, but in the world,
Yeah.
for my kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I may joke around and like say whatever I say, but I really, really like last episode, I put these kids first,
Yeah.
right? Before anything, I don't care who you are.
It gets annoying sometimes, but you do it, and like
I don't care
out
who
of
you are.
like just out of
I'm
human nature, he does it.
I'm very intentional because I never want my kids to grow up how I grew up, right? As far as that father figure, because I'm jealous of people that grew up with a relationship with their father. No, like I'm super jealous.
Yeah,
dog. When I watch movies and I see that, when I'm driving down the street and I see little kids playing with their dad, it don't even have to be their dad, but just another dude, and it looks like their dad. Dog, sometimes I can sit back and I can cry.
Yeah.
Like when I'm watching these movies, I sit back and I cry. Not because I'm not a good father, but because I didn't grow up like that.
You know what's crazy about that as well is I've had conversations with my ex about that guy. I think I talked to you about it as well, where my ex's father is like hands down a great father. Like I was like when we were together, I was looking up to him, like trying to learn stuff from him, and he happened to be her coach as well. He happened to be her. She played basketball, so he happened to be her basketball coach, and you know there's those coaches that are like okay, like lollygagging, but not. He was on her ass. Like I know this firsthand. Like I trained. Like this is when I was getting ready to go to walk on for GCC, and before I got into that accident, I was training with him, and I finally got to see firsthand like, yo, he don't about his daughter. Anybody else can slide, but he was on her ass. And we were having a conversation about it one time after training, and she was like, yo, like, I was like, you okay? She was like, bro, like I'm pissed off because my dad just doesn't get off my ass, like this and that. Like he's always on me about basketball. I can't do anything, this and that. I love him and all that, but he's on my ass too much.
Yeah.
And I had to tell her, I was like, yo, let me tell you something. And I was like, there's a lot of people out here, me personally, that wished that 100%. Would kill to have a father
100%
push me in a sport that I love. Like I wish my dad would. My dad, did that when I was little, but I wish he like took the initiative to like wake me up, like, let's go run, like let's go hoop, let's go practice this and that. Like I wish he forced me because he gave me an option, and I wish he didn't give me that option. Yeah. And I told her that I was like, I wish my dad didn't give me an option. I wish my dad made me work out. I wish he pushed me to do basketball and all this stuff. And she's like, why? And I was like, because I didn't have that type of dad. I had the type of dad that, he wanted to, I had a dad, my stepfather who I still consider my dad. He's my dad, and like blood doesn't make us any type of closer. He's my dad. I had a dad that, was learning how to be a father and just taught me how to be a man.
Yeah.
But he didn't know nothing about sports. He didn't know nothing about basketball. Like his only mission was to teach me how to be a man.
100%.
That's mowing the lawn. That's taking the garbage out. That's opening the doors for ladies. That's saying yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. His only mission was to teach me how to be a man, and I can say he's successfully completing that mission.
Yeah.
My other father, my biological father, he gave me an option a lot, and I love him. I love what we have, and our relationship that we had when I was little. But I just wish, like, if there was one thing I can say, I just wish he didn't give me an option. I wish he was a little harder on me when it came to sports, because I wouldn't have to be walking on. With my talent, I could have been scholarship if I didn't have that. So I
Yeah.
was telling her, that's what I was telling her. Like, I wish I had, you know, your dad pushing me like that.
It's also a tricky situation because I go through it right now. Cause I am that father that's a coach.
Yeah.
My daughter plays softball,
Hmm.
and I want her to be the greatest out there.
And whatever she does.
So I push her extra hard,
Hmm.
and sometimes I get checked, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Especially with a daughter.
sometimes her mom's checks me, but most times my daughter checks me. Like, bro, back up. Like, let me do me, right? Because I'm constantly like, hey, you need to do this. Hey, drop like this. Hey, you got to get up like this. Hey, switch your footwork like this and switch your glove this way and do this and do this. And sometimes I need to realize that I'm taking the fun out of this sport for
Yeah,
her.
but I don't feel like you should blame yourself for that. Like,
No.
no,
But
like, what I'm trying to say is like, I feel like she'll find out. I feel like she'll learn. She's 12. She's 13. She's gonna figure that out.
later down the road.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, like, when she gets older, she's gonna know, like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
I'd rather have. It was better to have him like that than to not have him at all.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like, and that's what I was trying to tell her, was like, yo, like, if it was me, I'd be loving it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Sometimes people take,
she'll find out eventually. She'll find out when she gets older.
everybody takes things for granted, right? When you have it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying with my daughter is, like, sometimes I need to realize that, this is still a game.
Yeah.
She's still a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to let her play her game,
Yeah.
right? Because I know for sure it gets annoying, like, when your dad is the only one out there saying, "Hey, do this," or correcting you on everything you do. And
Yo, don't do that. You're making noise. Can't do that.
when your dad is correcting you on everything you do, and like, sometimes you just want to look back or look at me and just be like, "Yo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Let me play my game, bro." Like, trust that you've taught me enough throughout the week to let me perform on game day. Trust, like, just let me be me, Dad. And sometimes I need to realize that, and luckily, we've raised my kids to, be open and to not hold nothing back, to where she can be comfortable to say, "Yo, bro,
Like, back up a little bit.
back up. Like, let me do me." And that's the biggest,
especially when it comes to sports.
Yeah, with sports, with boys, with school, with everything, with even, my own adult things, right? With my own relationship with her mom, with my own relationship with my family members. Like, she's there to check me, right? And she's there to tell me, like, "Nah, Dad, you're bugging," or, "Nah, Dad, like, you make a good point," or, "Nah, you need to get your shit together, bro, and figure it out."
If you're gonna do it, go over there with the table, because you're making noise and the mic is gonna get it.
But yeah, I mean, it's a blessing that she's able to feel as comfortable as she does to tell me, like, "Bro, figure your shit out, or let me be me, let me be a kid." But nah, man, I think we need to stop doing these fucking episodes at night because it kind of get a little deep.
Yeah, goes into a rant. You think that should be a good way to end it?
Yeah. Yeah, this is where we end it. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Stay tuned for the reels on Instagram. Follow the Instagram at the patio. On the patio. Podcast.
I think this was a long one, huh? How long did we go today? A quick hour and a half.
Hopefully,
something like that.
So I appreciate y'all. Follow the TikTok as well. I don't know the name on the top of my head, but it will be down below. It'll be right here on the screen.
Yeah, I think it's on the Patio Clips.
Yeah, on the Patio Clips.
On the Patio Clips. Follow that. Share it.
Mm-hmm.
Comment below.
Subscribe. Everybody on the Instagram. If you're following our Instagram and on TikTok, go to the YouTube. Subscribe. Turn the post notifications on so you can know when we post. It'll be weekly every Monday. We made that commitment. Again, if we don't get to 10 episodes in a row, Stallion will be running around in his
Fuck you. We doing it together,
naked.
My boy.
Hell no. Nah.
We doing it together.
Ass naked in the goddamn street. You feel me? So, but I appreciate y'all. I love every single one of y'all.
Hey, comment below if you like these type of conversations at night, if we should continue doing them at night and get this deep, or if you like the during the day episode where we just talk shit.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely comment below. If you didn't come to Cruising with Stallion, you missed out.
I appreciate
appreciate y'all. Love.
Love y'all.